I am in Los Angeles, my original home city with my daughter. Check out these really cool palm trees. Good day, YouTube. I am outside of Los Angeles, California. My original home city. I've been here for almost a week and a half. I've been away from YouTube. My mother passed away on Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. On the 15th, I flew out here. And that's how come I've been away from YouTube. I've been handling a lot of things for my mom's estate. And I cannot wait to go home. Last night was her memorial service. It was good to see a lot of friends and family and teammates of my mom. So it's time for me to return home, but maybe not until next week. And I cannot wait to get home. Today's video, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I have not had any time to actually make a video, even though there's a lot of scenery here in Los Angeles. I just couldn't do it because I was so busy doing a lot of things. My sister passed away 2 years and 4 months ago, so it's my responsibility. And of course, I accept that responsibility. A tribute that I want to do for my mom is talk about what I learned from my mother. My mother was a single parent for my sister and myself and raised us. And I learned a lot of great things from my mom that I'm thankful. And at the same time, I made some observations throughout the years when I was living with her about things not to do. And that's what I want to do. First thing is live your life to the max. Of course, do so. At least this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to share all these things, but I'm basically speaking to myself. And I have a feeling that this can help a lot of people as well. Live your life to the max, but do it responsibly and have a good life. The reason is life is one of the greatest gifts that we'll have along with health. But I don't think anyone's ever said that life is easy. There's going to be challenges, and that is part of life. Make the most of every single day that you can. And I'm not saying every day is going to be a bed of roses, because it's not. It's not for me as well. Be a good person is the next thing. Be a good person to your friends, your family, your parents, whoever you come across. That is a very important thing that I try to do. And it's not that I'm a perfect person, but I like to be a good person, or I strive to be a good person. Don't forget about yourself. My mother was a caregiver. She helped many people, even in her work, her line of work. She was a caregiver. That was her job. But I think, in my opinion, my mom forgot to add herself into that equation. And that's one of the things that I learned from my mom as well, is be a good person, help others, but don't forget about yourself. That's extremely important. And that's a lesson that I learned a long time ago. And I've always said it like this: if I can take care of myself as an individual, mentally, physically, spiritually, then I can take care of my wife and my children and my friends and the great people that I've met on YouTube or the people that I work with. Do not forget about yourself. And in my opinion, like I said a moment ago, I think my mom forgot about herself. Invest in yourself. We all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have talents. Everybody's talented in one way or the other. But here's the thing. It is very important to invest in ourselves as individuals. If I have a weakness, and that could be communication, or that could be whatever my weakness is, I'm going to invest in myself and make myself a better individual at that challenge. That is something that I think is very important. Do not forget about yourself and invest in yourself. I am the man that I am because primarily my mother. First and foremost, there's other individuals as well. My father, the people that I grew up with, my friends, my family. But I am who I am because of my mom. I lived with my mom. I was a mama's boy. There are certain things that I can do. There are certain things that I can't do. But I am who I am because of my mother. And that's 80% positive and 20%, again, those observations that I saw from my mom growing up, that I said I'm not going to do that because it's not working out for her, or I'm going to do it differently. Let things go is the next thing. There are things in life that we should let go, and that's what I've learned as an individual who's 45 years old. Later, I wish it would have been sooner, but it's better to learn it late than never at all. Do you know that the last time I talked to my mom was 11 months ago because we had a disagreement? We had a conversation over the phone. I live in Colorado. She lived in California. And I said, hey, we can't be doing this because this isn't the way it should be. And I held my end of the bargain or the promise. And I wish she would have done the same thing. And because of that, we didn't speak for 11 months. And now she's gone. I saw her last night at her memorial service, and I will never, ever see my mom again or have a conversation or see her smile. So let things go appropriately when you need to. Sometimes, obviously, it's not a good thing to let go, and maybe communicate and say, hey, here's what we need to do. Let people know what's on your mind. Very important. Again, this is an example that I learned later in life. I wish I would have learned that earlier in my marriage. I've been married next month is 21 years, and I've learned it at the 15-year mark. Let people know at work, at home, with whoever what's on your mind, because there are no mind readers. I don't believe that there are any mind readers. Prepare for your life is the next thing. My mom is from Guatemala in Central America. She came here at a very young age, between 16 and 17, knowing only Spanish. She learned English. She was a hard worker. She worked exactly all the way through her life up to 4 days prior to her death because she had a lot of problems physically with her knees, and she was only 65 years old. Her birthday was 2 days ago. She would have been 66. Prepare for life. If we do that, we're going to reap all of the benefits. And like I said, life's not easy, but if we make those adjustments, that's like my philosophy in life comes from primarily my mother, is if we prepare for life, life is going to be sweeter. I'm looking at my notes, and there's just a lot of notes here. It's about a page and a half. The next thing is a gift. Remember that nobody is perfect. That is a gift, because if we think we're perfect, that's a lot of pressure. First of all. Second of all, it's never going to happen. Nobody is perfect. So that's a good thing because it lets us off the hook. We are allowed to make mistakes, and we all make mistakes. That is a great thing. Be at peace. This is priceless. I've always said peace is priceless, but this is where it comes from. We as individuals have to be at peace with ourselves first and foremost, and if we are, we can be at peace with others as well. There is no other way for me that after I've learned through life that peace is priceless, and that's very important. Next thing is close to my heart, because when I look at my mom's memory, is whenever we have to ask for help, we should ask for help. And I've done that as an individual as well. I've done that with my marriage. I've done that with my team at work. Anytime we need help, we should ask for help. It goes back to that example that nobody reads minds. At least I don't think so. I work for the Air Force, and I can tell you that I depend on the team that I work with, and my team is great. And anytime I need help or their expertise, they're always there to assist me. I've been away from work for 10 days maybe, and I left without doing my leave paperwork, but it was done on the spot by somebody else for me. I gave them all the details and they helped me out. Next thing is materialism. I just went through 29 years of my mom's house. She lived there for 29 years, and it was my responsibility to give away stuff, to throw away stuff, to take stuff back to my home. Materialistic things are great in this world, but they're going to stay here. And I saw a lot of history, a lot of pictures, a lot of documents. None of that goes with us. So I've learned when I get back to Colorado that I'm going to go through my house. Anything that belongs to me, either I want it or I don't. I'm not saying I'm going to give away stuff, but I'm saying anything that's garbage is going out, because I want to ensure that once I leave this world, that the stuff that stays behind is something that someone's going to benefit from, as opposed to garbage. The next thing is something that I've talked about before on my channel. And when you are 20, 25, 30, 35, we as individuals often, not always, don't think about this, but that is health is priceless. and we can wake up and go downstairs and walk upstairs. But as we get older, things change. And don't take your health for granted, because it is a gift that we have. Here in Los Angeles and around the world and in Colorado, I like to observe people, and I love healthy stuff. Now, of course, I'm here in Los Angeles, or just outside of Los Angeles, and there's a lot of good food here, but I cannot wait to go home and start working out and having my scheduled stuff that I'm used to with my wife. Of course, here I am 45, but when I was younger, I didn't think like this. Like when I was 20, 25, 30, I didn't think like this, and now I do. The next thing that I learned from my mom is finances. My mom had the equivalent of an 8th grade education because she came here to the United States for a better life, and she was extremely successful. She had a trust that all I have to do is execute that. She was great with finances, and last night at her memorial service, a lot of people were saying that she would talk to people, save money, invest your money, save money. She taught me the same thing, and to me, it's like I'm echoing exactly what she's been saying. And it's crazy because I created this channel speaking about finances. Finances will always be an important part of our life. Money will always be an important part of life. Young, old, rich, or poor, it's a fact. The next thing is we live the way we want to, whether it's good, great, bad, or horrible. And it's true, because when I was sloppy because of the way I was living, it wasn't a good life for me. And then I changed and I made things better, and it gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. We live the way we want to because of our decisions, because of our actions, because of our beliefs, because of our thoughts. If it's working for you, great. If you have to make adjustments like I have in the past, do it. Don't live in regret is the next thing, and I'm almost done. Do not live in regret. It's better to address whatever we need to and get closure and move forward. I sleep good at night because I know the person that I am, the person that I'm trying to be, the father, the husband, the friend, the son, the teammate. And I'm not a perfect person, but I know who I am, and because of that, I sleep good at night. So do not live in regret. If you have something you have to deal with it, deal with it. Don't let it go, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be right there always. Know your talents is the second to last thing. Is we all have them. I talked about that earlier. And share your talents and find your talents and celebrate your talents. That way you feel good about yourself. The last thing that I learned from my mom, and I learned many more, I just can't talk about all of them, is do not be stubborn. Even if it's a little bit. It's not cute. If you need to change, change. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be stubborn, because it's going to make our lives as individuals more challenging, in my opinion. That's what I wanted to talk about. Celebrate my mother's memory, who passed away last week. I saw her last night for the last time in my life. She prepared because for her death. I don't know why, but everything was there. Her trust, her mortgage, she owed $10,000, her life insurance, and everything is there. So all I have to do is run around the city of Los Angeles, and it's a very big city, and do what I need to do to ensure that we can finalize all of this, and so I can go back to Colorado. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It comes from my heart, but I love to share good things. And I want to say thank you to all of the people that have reached out to me, all of the people that have called me or said a prayer or helped me move furniture, or with the service. There was a lot of people involved, and I am very grateful. Have a great day.